Howdy folks, my name's Darren from RC Scale Models, and today we have another kit for you. This one is from Revell 148 scale F-18E Super Hornet. This is from the Top Gun series that they're doing. As I say, the movie's due out in December. This is Maverick's F-18 Hornet from the movie. If you've seen the trailer, I should recommend you check it out. If you like the first Top Gun, the number 2 should be pretty good. This box is a little bit bigger than the Tomcat that we just previously looked at. This consists of 161 parts. The aircraft length is 38.2 centimeters and a wingspan of 28.4 centimeters. So the aircraft is about the same size as a Tomcat, but it's got a little bit of a smaller wingspan. And plus it can fold up for carry based. The Tomcat couldn't fold its wings. It could sweep its wings back for storage, but it can actually fold them up. The kit number is 03864. It's licensed by the movie and everything, and obviously I'm not sure if it's licensed by Grumman. Is it Grumman that make the F-18? I believe it is. On the back of the box we have potential couple of pictures what the aircraft is built like. This kit was new tooled back in 2005, and obviously now they've released it again in 2020 with new decals. I'm not sure if they've upgraded anything else. It is just a new box and new decals, obviously for the movie, nothing else. Again, it's typical of Revell having a side opening box. Never a fan of their lids because I find their boxes really flimsy. You can't really store too many kits on one another because you can fold the box in half and squash it. Typical of Revell as well, one giant bag of plastic. You have your worksheet. Hopefully decals and stuff is inside. I can't see anything else in the box. Hopefully this kit's a little bit better moulded than the Tomcat that we previously looked at. The Tomcat was from 1978, I believe, if I remember correctly. You can definitely see its age. Hopefully this is a little bit better. We shall see what we get. Let's take a look at this closer. Okay folks, we have the worksheet. We have the picture of the built up aircraft on the front. I think it's a nice looking F-18 with the black with the blue line down the side of it. This is a single seat version of the aircraft, so it requires no longer a Wizzo. So even if Goose did survive, he wouldn't be a backseat pilot anyway, so he'll probably I don't know what role he would have had if he didn't die. We have the decals. Again, nicely printed. They are printed in Italy. I imagine they're cardograph as usual. We have the nice blue symbol. I'm not sure what these pieces are. We have these decals for the instrument panel. Again, I don't know how much aftermarket there is out for this. If there's Edward sets and stuff and resin, I'll probably swap out some parts, especially the cockpit, for the photo etch clear stuff that Edward do. We have the 0 on the side of the aircraft, which is the numbers. Not sure what the 3 markings are. I don't think that's kills, but you noticed in the first movie it was a lieutenant, Pete Mitchell, but now he's become a captain. It states in the movie everyone reckons he should be a lot higher up, and they can't understand why. But we shall find out when the movie comes out. The US symbol, it's pretty cool. A little bit different than what we usually see. I don't know if this aircraft has been painted like this just for the movie, or if it's actually a real functioning aircraft that the US Navy use. As I say, I'm not sure if that's just painted just for the movie. I'm not sure about that. This booklet's a little bit thicker than the Tomcat one. It requires a lot more parts, so hopefully this is a lot more detailed. Hopefully. Revell's typical symbols. what to glue and not to glue, all your colours. First sprue map, top, bottom and 2 sides. What else we have? Yeah, a hell of a lot more parts. We have wings, front nose, tail wings, intakes, glass, I'm not sure what they are, landing gear, cockpit, wheels, intakes, more landing gear, ejection seats. Here we have the hardpoints for your weapons and external fuel tank, missiles. Looks like what missiles we get on this will be at the back. We have AMRAAM 9s X sidewinders, AMRAAM 120C. Is that AMRAAMs? Pronounce that. We have GBU 31 JDAMs bombs, I imagine they are, and then the Mark 38 GP bombs as well. So that's your loadout for the aircraft, and plus that's the colours required. First step, working on a cockpit seat. I imagine the seat belts are moulded in. Again, if there's aftermarket and photo etching stuff out for this, you probably want to sand these off so you can put the photo etch in. Cockpit instrument panel, it's asking for the decals, but there's probably a replacement out there, and there's probably even a resin cockpit out there which is probably much more detailed. Again, it's up to you if you want to swap it out, but as I say, what you get with the kit, you get a bathtub hull. It's asking for all decals to go on, your ejector seat going in, your flight stick, very basic. Lower half of the aircraft, it's asking for this back piece to go in to fill in probably what would be a back seat actually, but it's obviously this section here fills in the back behind the pilot. There's probably electronics and stuff in there. These I'm not sure, these are on the inside as well by probably some air scoops. Turning the piece over and there's a detail on the inside of your wheel wells. On the inside of that it looks pretty detailed, hopefully it is on the plastic. Turning it back over, dropping your bathtub hull in. You're asking for this square piece to go in, 117, I'm not sure what those pieces are for. Looks like your intakes, turbines and the other side of the intakes, and then repeating the same process again on the other side, so it's left and right. Yeah, we have the front of the intake and then we have the back and side. Sliding them in, this piece it gets dropped into the back of the aircraft, which is probably allow for your wings to move. Sandwiching the two halves together, hopefully the fit's pretty good. Your front nose section is two halves coming together. You have the bottom of the aircraft, or by front nose, just in front of the cockpit. You have the top part going together. Hopefully there's not too much of an issue and it fits nicely. And then you're dropping your nose from the bottom upwards. It's a different way of doing it as well, especially if you look at Kinetic's version of their F-18 Hornet. Theirs is way different to this, and I believe they're one of the best ones out there, so it'd be interesting to see how well this one compares. We have your two wings and upper wing stabilizers, rudders, whatever they are. Your rester hook going in and your two burner cans, your exhaust systems. Weight on wheels, which is a nice touch, but two-piece, so a little bit of clean-up. I'm never a fan of two-piece wheels. I've always bought resin. I'm just the way I am. Landing gear going in, which I believe is the front landing gear, which is a tricycle landing gear. This is your front landing gear doors. I'm not sure if you can have it closed up. You probably can, but it's probably designed to have it open. Left and right landing gear by the centre. Making sure you've got the inside square. You're obviously going to check that before you sandwich it and glue it in place anyway, so why they're asking for that now I don't know. Should have done that a little bit earlier. You have your landing gear doors going in left and right. You have your hard points on your wings. Yeah, so again, more hard points. It's for all your weapons to sit onto. And this is how you can have your loadout down the bottom. On the outside, you can have the sidewinders on the outside. On the next pylon in, there will be your ARAMs. Next one in will be Mark 32 bombs. Next one in will be JDAMs, which will be bombs. Just under the intakes, you can have ARAMs again. In the centre will be a fuel tank. You won't have all of that loadout. You'd only have probably about 3 or 4 each side and centre. So this is your two-piece of your weapons going together. So it's going to require a little bit of cleanup to get these seam lines out, especially if these are some of these detail parts. But again, there is resin weapons out there. I've seen them, so you can go ahead and get better ones if you wish to do so. But if you're just doing it as the kit comes, it'd be pretty okay. We have these little pieces, just like some hard points. Yep, these are hard points for your missiles as well. These are the missiles on the outside, which are the ARAMs. Central fuel tank. Left and right on the missiles. There's the missile loadout. Central fuel tank going in. Pitot tubes at the front nose. Asking your canopy to go in. We have this hinge piece if you're having the back canopy open. If you're not, you don't worry about that piece. Don't forget to put the sides in on the inside, and this back piece as well. Don't forget to glue that in, and you obviously paint it as well. I've done that before. Especially on a 109. There's a back plate that sits at the back of the windshield. I forgot to paint that before. I've just stuck it in and then looked at it and I thought, hang on a minute, I've missed a piece. And then by the time I've put the canopy on, I've glued it in place and I couldn't take it off. So you could clearly it's visible. Total rookie mistake back then. Dropping your canopy in, open or closed, your option. Look pretty cool open, I think, these aircraft. Most of my aircraft hang off the ceiling and don't really have much shelf space for aircraft. I do for tanks, but not aircraft. Boarding ladder going on if you wish to do so. Having it on a flight deck. I'm now in the process of building a flight deck designed for these, which is the USS Nimitz flight deck I'm in the process of doing for a 148 aircraft. We have the side views of the aircraft. Excuse me. The top of the aircraft is flat black. The side is, I believe, is ghost grey or grey, which is what kind of number is that? N. I'll quickly have a quick look, see what N is, what they're calling that for N. And they're calling that for medium grey, but I'll probably check this out a little bit closer. Top profile of the aircraft. The underside is all grey, and then it comes to your weapon colours. Yeah, that's it. We have one giant bag of plastic. Okay, we go with no typical order on the plastic. It was a bag within a bag, and you've got parts within a bag and a bag and a bag. I thought it was one giant bag of plastic, but it's not. So this is the hard points and some of the weapons. So I have this really long sprue. My opinion, I'm going to cut these off here. So I wouldn't use those snippers, use these ones. I'm going to store these in these bags. I don't need this piece at all. Don't need that giant piece of sprue. So we have this first sprue of, I can't remember what these are now. These were the bombs. Again, this is mixture of raised and recessed. Again, why? Thought it would have been much better, but this is better detailed than the Tomcat for sure. But why would you do it? You would have thought the moulding would have been much better. This being done in 2005. Yeah, this is all recessed. These are all recessed. Mixture of raised and recessed on the hardpoints. And these are the missiles. So this is nicely done. One half the centre fuel tank, and you've got recessed rivets and the recessed panel lines for your hardpoints. So yeah, it's looking pretty good, this one. The detail on this is actually nice. Much better than the Tomcat. You can definitely see it's the Tomcat definitely was a lot older, and this is not too bad. This is definitely better standards. We have some more bombs. Again, these are all recessed, nicely done. But their plastic seems a little bit different. It's a little bit it's a lot thicker. I do have the clear here. So hopefully this doesn't have a centre seam. The Tomcat didn't, so hopefully this will have no centre seam either. Oh, yeah, canopy's alright, but unfortunately you've got a centre seam to take care of. So you're going to have to buff that out and then dip it in Future or some other product. And unfortunately my front windshield hasn't got a scratch in it. It's got a bit of what do you call it, a spiderweb effect, where the two molds have come together, and where it's cooled, it's caused the line. Unfortunately, maybe I'll buff that out and dip it, maybe able to get rid of that. We shall see. That's a bit disappointing. Unfortunately, that's a shame. So what bag we have here? We have wings, by lots of things in intakes. Yeah, so we have intakes. There's no detail on this because these are on the inside, so you won't see these anyway. You may want to sort out the seam line when it butts up. Here is, I believe, the bottom of the aircraft, the chin piece by the nose. This is recessed. These wings are your two V-shaped fins, wings, whatever they are. The upper, rather stabilizer ones. The can't think the actual name for it. Can't think what they call them. But these are molded as one piece, so they're nice and thick. I ain't got to worry about seam line. Again, all rivets. It's all recessed, which is nicely done. I'm impressed with this kit. This is a lot better than the Tomcat. This is for these two to sit into, which allows the pivot, I believe. I'm sorry, this is the ones that pivot. So these are your wings. Again, these wings are moulded as one piece, so it requires no cleanup. A little bit of rivet work around here and here, and the same on both sides. That's nicely done. Turbines, a little bit basic, but you're not going to see much when you look down the hopefully the intakes anyway. We have part of the outer wing section, which is the folding section, but I don't think you can have this folded. The detail again is recessed, which is nicely done. Plastic's nice and smooth. These are moulded as one piece, so again no seam lines to require, which is a nice touch. Your front two noses to go in together. Again, this is all recessed. Couple of raised points, only a couple, but it's nicely done. There's the top, which sits here. Oh, sorry, it sits in here and in here. Front of the intakes. Yeah, this is much better. Let's take a look at the body fuselage halves. So here is the top section of the Hornet. It's actually quite a wide aircraft, especially around here. It tapers in quite narrow really quickly, and it widens right out. This is all recessed, very nice and smooth. Actually a nice kit. Hopefully this goes together nicely. I'm liking this one much better than the Tomcat that we previously looked at. I'm disappointed with that Tomcat, but this is much better. I recommend this one. Hopefully, can't say that for sure until I built it, but so far so good what I've seen. The internal parts of the exhaust, and then you've got the outer piece to go on this. Tiny engines on this aircraft, but hell of a lot of power. We have the lower section of the aircraft. Again, same amount of detail as before, rivets all over, nice and smooth. You have the moulding of the kit 2005. You're going to have to take care of that. All this is recessed, nicely done. A couple of raised points here. All that piping and internal detail on the wheel well. That is superb. Hell of a lot of detail on that wheel well. That's pretty good. That's pretty good detail. Hell of a lot of detail in there. So require some painting and some washes and stuff. It'd be nicely done. Even the front wheel well. That's very nicely detailed. We have the other side of the aircraft again, all recessed, nicely done, nice and smooth. The engines, very simple. I think they're in the powered down position, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Could you get away with using those? Possibly. If you want to get resin out there for a little bit more detail, do I recommend it? Yes. But as I say, you can probably get away with just using this out of the kit. Don't know what this piece is. It's quite thin, so be careful with this. But this looks nicely done. You may want to take care of this as well. This writing, because when you sandwich the two wings together, it may affect the section going together. So you want to take care of this copyright writing, because it may affect your wings coming together. And this copyright as well, like I mentioned before, take care of that as well, because you don't want that on there. But yeah, I'm impressed with this detail and this cleanness. This is pretty good. Revell do some good kits, and they do some bad ones as well, but this looks like one of their good ones, hopefully. What we got here, we have two bags here. Yeah, we have another half of your centre fuel tank and the hardpoints. So pretty much we've looked at this before, but the other side, again, it's all recessed, nicely done, rivets all over. Yeah, it is good. This is the part of the cockpit tub, and yeah, so here's your part of your cockpit, which is very basic. This piece goes inside the canopy, inside the canopy side walls. This piece sits at the top behind the pilot. So let's imagine, like I say, electronics and stuff would be here because it's a single seater. And we have this bag here, contains your landing gear segments and wheels and etc. So we have weight on wheels, which is a nice touch. And so I've never found a two-piece wheels, but a little bit of clean-up should be okay. Looks like, yeah, so these ones here are moulded as one piece. The little ones to go at the front. Nice fat chunky landing gear on this, even down to some wiring on there. The detail's pretty good for landing gear. Let's get, cockpit seat, again, seat belts, take care of those if you're going to replace them. Instrument panel, again, nicely done. Your side of the ejector seats, again, nicely done. Your pull handle for your ejector seat, nicely done. These are doors. Yeah, it is nicely done, this sprue. We have these are landing gear doors, a couple of hard points, big chunky landing gear at the front. Yeah, this is nicely done, nicely done. So there you are, folks. There's another kit from Revell, one of their Top Gun series, 148 scale F-18E Super Hornet. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.